Friday, when the F1 Grand Prix begins, is the busiest and longest day for the team. Mechanics and engineers adjusting the car enter the circuit 3 hours before free practice. In the European race, the first free practice starts at 11 a.m., so the staff will enter the circuit at 8 a.m. What the team does in the first free practice is mainly basic conformation and car setting work. First, drive one lap of the course on the installation lap to check if there is a problem with the car and return to the pit. During the drive, the engineer checks the data and the mechanic checks the car returning to the garage for any abnormalities. If the staff can confirm that there is no problem, full-scale driving will start. In the first free practice, there is more sand and dust on the road surface than in qualifying and racing. Due to poor road conditions on the course, it is not possible to make fine adjustments to the car at this point. The team is collecting basic aerodynamic data and cooling status data. Also, checking if the floor is functioning as expected. Embed the sensor on the floor and check the data that can be read from the sensor. Set up basic aerodynamics such as reviewing the rear vehicle height from the obtained data. Cooling data is not only related to the engine, but also checks the cooling of the brakes. Get the effect of aerodynamics by lowering the vehicle height at the front to the road surface and the limit. Adjust the vehicle height at the front based on the feeling and data that the driver has driven. After that, check the changes in tire internal pressure and temperature. The road surface of the first free practice is dirty and the condition is different from the qualifying and the race for reference. Will not fix it unless it is significantly different from the team's assumption. Similarly, if the balance of the car is not significantly different from the assumption, it will not be adjusted. If adjust the car when the road surface is not in the same condition as in qualifying or racing. The team will have to make adjustments again when the situation is the same as in qualifying and racing. When the tires are functioning well and the behavior of the car is stable even when the road surface condition of the course is bad. May drive with reduced downforce to increase top speed. Since can use 2 sets of tires for the first free practice. After checking the basic car, attach the second set to the car and drive. Driving on the second set of tires is the basis of the first setup. If the time is slow in this drive, it is judged that the car setup has not been decided. Return the car to the garage, adjust the car setup and start running again. However, used 2 sets of tires, so have to run with used tires. Since it drives on used tires, the comparison with driving on the first new tire is. It will be difficult to accurately determine the effect of changing the setup. If there is no problem with the balance of the car and the operation of the tires in this run, check the brake temperature and tire performance changes with less fuel installed. After the first free practice session, will determine the direction of setting up the aerodynamics of the car and how to use the tires. Before leaving for the circuit, before driving on the circuit at the factory. Since the simulation and simulator data give some direction to the setup, the focus will be on the data that actually ran on the circuit and the work of correcting errors.